All right. Hi, Nate. Today I want to talk about outer space.
Oh, I like outer space. I know everything about outer space. Did you know that the Mars rover took a picture of the sunset on Mars and it was blue? That's because the dust on Mars only allows the blue light. On Earth, our our atmosphere allows longer wavelength colors to be seen. So our sunsets are orange. Did you see the sunset yesterday?
Yes, I did. It was beautiful. I am glad you're excited to talk science facts, but right now we need to focus on math.
I don't like math.
I
I
know.
like science.
I know. Well, when you are an astronomer, you have to use math. Let me show you. NASA has made practice problems that we can use. Look at this problem on your tablet. It is called Kepler's count on Goldilocks planet. Okay. Scientists from around the world are gathered this week at NASA's Ames Research Center in Moffett Field, California, for the second Kepler Science Conference, where they will discuss the latest findings resulting from the analysis of Kepler Science Telescope data. New Kepler
Cool.
data analysis and research also shows that most stars in our galaxy have at least one planet. This suggests that the majority of stars in the night sky may be home to planetary systems, perhaps some like our solar system. Okay, so here's our problem. In 2013, Kepler announced it had detected 3,538 candidate Goldilocks planets. In comparing to the size of Earth, they detected 674 objects smaller than 1 and 25 hundredths. 1,776 objects between 1 and 25 hundredths, and 2. 1,457 objects between 2 and 6, and 229 objects between 6 and 15, and 102 objects larger than 15. What is the best way to display this data?
Well, Goldilocks planets have the right temperature for water, and that means they could possibly have life. I already know about them.
I love that you know so many facts, Nate. But let's look at the problem. What is the problem asking?
Um, it's I have to display the data.
Right. How might you get started with that?
Um, I don't know. I have to make a chart.
Mhm.
I like the image that NASA made. It shows the stars' sizes.
Right. What is the best way to represent your thinking so others can understand it?
Um, I think a bar graph.
Okay. Let's look at the data in the problem. What information is important in this problem?
Um, the size of the objects, but they
Mhm.
don't give us all the sizes. I want to see the sizes.
I bet you do. But gosh, that would be a lot of data, Nate. That would mean we would have 3,538 data points to plot. Remember when
Uh,
we talked about the types of graphs we can use to display information? We discussed that bar graphs are great for categorical variables, like the types of stars. But this data isn't categorical. You said they didn't give us all the sizes.
no, no, they didn't give all the sizes. They gave the ranges.
Exactly. So the information that is important is the range. What would be the best way to display that?
Uh, Let me look. Um, I think I think a histogram.
I think so too. Let's open Excel on your tablet and begin inputting the data.
Okay, I'll try. I'll get started and then we can talk more about the planets.
We sure can.